upgraded to international. Like, I was just on my second year in international flights. So I felt like, you know, I wanted to stay a little longer, but even I didn't know Mary Kay principle yet, that God first, family second, and third is career. I didn't know, but that was my priority already in life. So in 2010, I decided to move here in the US. I chose family. My husband and I just had a baby, Abraham, and then I had to decide. Of course, it was like difficult that time because I was used to also, being independent financially and, newlyweds. But when we think about it, before he would say, oh, those days, I would eat hot dogs every day. Hot dogs from all the, like when I wasn't here yet. So she was, when we recall those days, we were like, we laugh about it. So I chose to resign to be with my family. I had Abraham. He was just several months old then when I came here, and it was a decision I will never regret, because as you can see, I have my husband here, my dad here, and my 4 beautiful, amazing children. Abraham is 13, he'll be 14 next month. Emmanuel is 11. Evangelina is 6, my one and only princess. And Ephraim, over there at the back, he's our special, we call him our special kind of guy because he has special needs. He was diagnosed with autism spectrum at the age of 2. These amazing and wonderful kids are my big why. Why I'm doing what I'm doing. Every time I face challenges along the way with life, work, and everything else, I just look at them and just feel so blessed and grateful that I have them in my life. And of course, my husband and my dad, who's been so supportive. My husband, Sig, is here. He's at the back. He's my big supporter, my IT guy. Since I'm not good in like devices and gadgets, he's always my go-to guy. And then my dad, he helps me a lot with my kids. And he also helped with the leads. He makes suggestions. Oh, you better go there and, invite those ladies. He's giving me tips. My dad, he actually gave me a calling card the other day because he had a PT and he invited his PT. And then, oh, thanks, Dad. I have a, client, future client. So thank you, Dad, for the love, support. And of course, my kids. Abraham helps me like carry all my boxes, my Mary Kay boxes. Iman is my graphic designer. He helps me with some designs that I print out. Iman and Evangelina, Eva, they help put the stickers on the products. So thank you guys. And Ephraim is always curious. Like if I do the facials at home, he would like, try to look who's in the house. Very curious guy. But I was a homemaker for almost 14 years. When I met Jamie, we met in a field trip because I haven't been to Madison. I was excited to go to Madison with my son. I was chaperoning. I was like, oh, I would like to go with you. I haven't been to Madison, and you know, we were gonna ride the big yellow bus, so it was exciting. I was in the bus, and then on our way home, Jamie and I just talked, and then my beautiful director, Jamie, can you please stand up?
Sure. I was filming it at the same time.
We met at the big yellow bus. In the big yellow bus. We started talking about skincare. We exchanged numbers, and then she reached out to me, and then I think that started it all. Just reaching out, inviting people for complimentary facials, and the rest is history. And look at us now. In our fancy suits. Well, at first, I just really liked the products, and I asked Jamie. I was just interested initially with the products. It didn't enter my mind in the beginning that I would do it as a business, and then later on, I was like, you know, I already signed up. I bought some products, and then we had this vacation last summer. We went to San Diego, LA, and Florida. In Los Angeles, I remember it was Independence Day. So I was in my uncle's house, just, you know, inviting people to have a facial. And then I sold like more than $1,000. I think it was $1,200. I was like, wow, this is a good money. I was like, I like this. And then I enjoy it. I enjoyed what I was doing. And then $1,200, where would you get that in like less than 2 hours? So I think, and then in Florida, I was with my mother-in-law and two sisters-in-law. We were doing the facial in one of the timeshares there, and then they bought everything. I sold over 1,000 as well. I was like, this is good business. Only for less than 2 hours, I earned like over 1,000. I mean, half of that. And one thing I like with this business is the flexibility. I just do it whenever. Well, as a director, I make sure I work almost every day now, but it's still very flexible. You just do it whenever, and then, you know, I feel like for this day, if I didn't work that much, the next day I would do more for my business because I have 4 kids. I'm a mommy Uber and mommy boss, that's what they call me sometimes, because I drive them around. And then I started my Mary Kay business last May 18. So my anniversary is coming up. So I started May 18 of last year, but it seems like I've been here forever. It feels like because of how the Mary Kay directors, consultants, they're very loving, they're very, you know, like yesterday we were just talking, like, you know, we have your back, we're always, isn't that nice? It's, you know, we have your back. That's amazing for me. You know, I've never heard that, actually. Like, we're just behind you, we have your back. And I'll just end it with a quote from, 2 quotes actually, from C.S. Lewis. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. So I'm like in my 40s, and this is my new dream. In my heart, I wanted something more, to have my own business. And why not? we're not too old for, to dream a new dream. And then I have another one from our very own, Mary Kay Ash. Don't limit yourself. Many people limit themselves to what they think they can do. You can go as far as your mind lets you. What you dream and believe, remember, you can achieve. Thank you so much.
Okay, so now we're going to do the new sales director oath. Did you guys know there's an oath in our company? Did you know when we decide to be a sales director, we have to actually submit a form to the company that we're committed to being in their top 2%. So Romina is the top 2% of the company right now. Big deal. So can we give her another round of applause?
All right, sister sales directors, can you please stand? And we are going to do the new sales director oath that is on the back of the program for you. And we'll say it together. Okay, just repeat after me. I solemnly pledge to uphold and project the Mary Kay image. I will always conduct myself with dignity.
I will always conduct myself with dignity.
Building my business
With
the highest ethics and integrity.
the highest ethics and integrity.
I will be the essence of dependability.
I will be the essence of dependability.
Honoring all the commitments that I make.
Honoring all the commitments that I make.
I will uphold and support my sister sales directors.
I will uphold and support my sister sales directors.
In the daily practice of the Golden Rule.
In the daily practice of the Golden Rule.
I will always strive for a positive attitude.
I will always strive for a positive attitude.
Setting the example for others to follow.
Setting an example for others to follow.
I dedicate myself to the Mary Kay Go Give spirit.
I dedicate myself to the Mary Kay Go Give spirit.
And to enriching women's lives.
And to enriching women's lives.
This I pledge as a Mary Kay Independent Sales Director.
This I pledge as a Mary Kay Independent Sales Director.
I also have this for you. So just like Lisa was saying, and Drew said, you started as a rosebud, and now you've bloomed into many. So this is for you. And in Mary Kay, we really have a symbol of the rose, because as you know, the stem has thorns on it, so that's obstacles that you overcome. A lot of us like to say pivot, if you know Friends, the show. And then the leaves stand for money. And then we all start as a tight rosebud, so we're just not sure what's gonna happen. And then we get to learn and grow and blossom. And then the scent that you smell is the sweet scent of success. And it's pink for Pink Cadillac.
Oh.
That's coming. That's coming.
Okay, congratulations, welcome. And Jamie has a new pen. Brand new sales director pen.
So if you notice, we wear fancy pins.
Just a few.
people can tell what you do by your coat.
Yeah.
And this does say Madsen, not Madison. So it's a last name of our national sales director. And
Initially, I thought it was Madison. I was like, oh yeah, it's Madsen. Her name is Lisa Madsen.
So she's got a brand new pin. We give a brand new pin to new consultants. So this is your director pin that I just got from the company. So it says, like always, from Mary Kay Ash, you're making dreams come true with each goal you achieve on the career path. We celebrate your successes. May they be filled with the blessings of sisterhood and the joys of personal fulfillment as you carry the Mary Kay mission into the future. Believe in your dreams and you will succeed.
Okay. And then I have the pleasure of introducing our newest position in the room also, our Senior Sales Director, Jamie Roth. So a little bit about Jamie. She's been married to Chris for 13 years, and together they have Cadence, Aria, and Raylan. She started her Mary Kay business in March of 2011 and debuted as a director in May of 2013. She achieved On the Move and Honor Society, which led to an additional $2,000 bonus her first year as a director. Did you hear that, Romina? Bonuses. She has been in the National Court of Sales 6 times. She was nominated by her peers as the company Miss Go Give for the month of December 2016, which is one of the most prestigious awards in our company. She has been a star consultant 45 quarters. She has earned the use of 6 career cars, 3 Grand Achievers, and 3 Premier Clubs. Her highest commission check to date in 1 month has been $6,990.33. Congratulations, first time Senior Sales Director. And directors, if you could please stand, we have a Senior Sales Director oath. She's never read before, so. All right, so repeat after me, please. Truly believing in the Mary Kay Go Give spirit.
Truly believing in the Mary Kay Go Give spirit.
I solemnly pledge that I will do my utmost.
I solemnly pledge that I will do my utmost.
To inspire, enthuse, and assist my offspring sales director.
To inspire, enthuse, and assist my offspring sales director.
In every possible way.
In every possible way.
Realizing that my offspring are only a reflection of me.
Realizing that my offspring are only a reflection of me.
I will do everything in my power.
I will do everything in my power.
To help my offspring sales director build a successful unit.
To help my offspring sales director build a successful unit.
I will, to the best of my ability.
I will, to the best of my ability,
fulfill the responsibility of a senior sales director.
fulfill the responsibility of a senior sales director,
Striving always to uphold and practice.
striving to always uphold and practice
The Mary Kay Go Give spirit and the golden rule.
the Mary Kay Go Give spirit and golden rule.
Congratulations, senior sales director. And I have a special pin for Jamie because she is also moving up into the company. So she has a new pin enhancer.
I get to change it after 10 years.
And again, it says, this is a quote from Mary Kay Ash. You're making dreams come true with each goal you achieve in the career path. We celebrate your successes. May they be filled with the blessings of sisterhood and the joys of personal fulfillment as you carry the Mary Kay mission into the future. Believe in your dreams and you will succeed. Mary Kay Ash. It has a diamond at the bottom. Romina, her first offspring sales director. Okay. Now, Sandy, would you like to come up, please, for the next part? And we are going to do the husband oath, and Sandy is going to lead you. So all the husbands of sales directors, please stand.
And do you have your, are they gonna stand or come up front? I think they should come up front in there.
All right, well, while they're coming up, I just wanted to say, Romina, I love that you have your wife, your children.
You guys have to come up front.
Lisa Matson is our National Sales Director. She's been at Mary Kay 36 years. She's earned over $15 million in her career. And her husband, Dan, writes books. And he wrote a book called A Woman with a Man Beside Her. And she's made $15 million. Well, no wonder you've gone so fast, up so fast, because you have two men beside you. Your dad and your husband. And four beautiful wives. So that's awesome. All right, so in Mary Kay, we know that husbands are really important, and they're that support, they're that stem of that rose, along with the sisterhood that we have, to support us as we go along. And it's not always easy to work our business if we don't have that support at home too. And so thank you all for supporting your wives and for being here tonight as well. And so I started my business around the same age as Romina is now. 20 years ago, I maybe could have read this small print. You know, all the other oaths are really large print. Mine was really small, so hopefully I can read this. And I just found out 30 minutes ago I was reading it, by the way. Just teasing. So, all right, so you might have to help me out here with the oath in case I mess up. So repeat after me. As the husband of a Mary Kay Independent Sales Director, recognizing the commitment made by my wife, to reach this position of leadership, I solemnly pledge that I will do my utmost, to support, encourage, and love my wife in every way. As she continues to develop her business, realizing that only as we share our lives completely can she reach the full potential of her God-given existence. I will never belittle her efforts or leave her to struggle alone against adversity. That may from time to time appear. I too will uphold and protect the golden rule. Project a positive attitude to all I meet. And share each and every step my wife takes on the road to success. Yay, because then someday you'll be married to a multi-millionaire too. It wasn't easy. Thank you.
So, you want Sig to stay up?
Yeah.
Sig.
So, Sig, if you could come back up here. So he's the only one that doesn't match, everybody. I don't think they're all like, did you plan this out? We're all wearing the same shirt. You're just a newbie. We'll get you a shirt.
I took my own now.
But we were just wondering a few words from you and what you've kind of experienced in the last year. Because it's been new and interesting, I'm sure.
So I was hoping they would forget about this part. Well, I guess I didn't get that test. My name's Sig, and everything Romina, or Ina as we call her at home, said is accurate. I had a little different perspective when I started seeing the Mary Kay vehicles in our front driveway and the purple faces following us around vacation with the face masks. I jokingly had flashbacks of Avatar, and I didn't know if I would see what come out of it, but the more I observed Romina's journey, the more I realized it was serious. It wasn't a pyramiding scheme that I was maybe a little worried about, but she's really grown a lot, and learning about the Mary Kay business and the timeless principles of the founder, and how it's enriched women's lives for decades and all walks of life was very interesting for me. And it's interesting how things that are meant to be seem like they've been planned that way for a very long time. And a little fun fact is before Ina and I got married, her email handle was InaBPink at InaBPink78@yahoo.com. So pink was already in her blood, I guess, before I met her. And that had always been the theme. But yeah, I think it's a wonderful thing that she has pursued, and I stand by the oath that I've just taken, although I didn't know I was going to take an oath today. Many witnesses now, so I gotta be careful. And but yes, I'm amazed to see her growth over the past year, and I think what the company has done, and for I think women around the world, apparently from all walks of life. I've read from Harvard business graduates to single moms trying to make ends meet, to countries around the world that aren't so free. Mary Kay has made an impact, so I'm proud to see Romina part of a business that's built on these principles, and a founder, a very godly woman who I think has a legacy that is worthy of living to. So we hope and pray that everyone here is blessed in their families in that spirit.
Thank you so much, Sid. And yeah, so speaking of the founder, if you notice, she's up on a couple areas. And I got to go into school on Wednesday to Iman and Arya's class and talk about what it's like to be a business owner and throw Starburst at them if they answered things right. And those two know a lot, being raised in Mary Kay homes, so it was really cool. I know Iman was already telling everybody about what it takes to be a director in 5th grade. And Arya was like, did you know Mary Kay is a real person? So yeah, and today is actually her birthday. So it's a double celebration. It's a great day to have this. She'd be 105 if she were here with us. So we love to honor her on this day every year. And we love to have cake on this time every year. Okay, so next I'm gonna bring up our guest speaker of the day, all the way from Tomo, Wisconsin. And she's also my best friend. If it weren't for my starter kit, I probably wouldn't have known her. So I just love that. So these are Lisa's accolades. So Lisa's married to Jeff for 24 years, or it will be 24 next month. Their children are Angelia, Nathaniel, and Logan. So the two guys are back there. And actually, stand up if you are a consultant in the room. I just want to see who all of our consultants are. And we'll do this later too, but. I just wanted to thank the guys out there, consultants, and Elise is also a grandma, fancy word for grandma, to Lennox and Evie. So she started Mary Kay in July of 2005. She debuted as a sales director in June of 2010. She completed different accolades that we have as a new director. So it was On the Move, Fabulous 50s, Honors Society, which when you achieve all three of those, it leads you to the Triple Crown and an additional $4,000. So that was her first year as a director. She's been on the National Court of Sales 7 times. She achieved the 300,000 unit club with her team. So stand up if you are in the Bolton unit, because you achieved that too. They are a selling team, that's for sure. Just last year, she completed her first time in the National Court of Sharing, so she got the Diamond Bumblebee that we all bow to. It's a very high achievement. She's been a star consultant for 67 quarters. She's earned 8 career cars, so 3 Grand Achievers, 4 Premier Club, and 1 Pink Cadillac. We're excited to see the next one. She's had 45 medals. She's earned 16 bronze medals, 7 silver medals, and 22 gold medals. She's definitely a queen of gold medaling. 6 times she's debuted an Offspring sales director. So now I get to bring up my best friend, Senior Sales Director Lisa Bolton.
Take after my mom, and I have a gym voice. Can you guys hear me okay without the mic? Yeah? Okay. I'm afraid I'm gonna breathe heavy in it. Thank you so much for the privilege of being asked to speak today. And Romina, do you know the last time we had an Offspring sales director in the area was almost 4 years ago? And so this is a really big deal that we get to celebrate you today. And I am just so happy that you did it so we could all get together. So thank you for doing it, and thank everyone for showing up for this amazing accomplishment celebration. I've often referred to it as a presidential inauguration. Top 2% of the company. Think about that for a minute. It's kind of a big deal. So thank you again. So my story started some time ago. My friend from high school called me up, and she said, "Hey Lisa, I just started doing Mary Kay, I want to come practice on you." And I laughed and made fun of her like a good friend. And because she was a very busy woman, the only way I could get together with her is if I let her bring that bag over of stuff. And so I'm like, sure, come on over. This is how I get to see you. See, she had 4 children also, just like you. And she worked her own 40-hour work week job. And she was a scout leader for one of the kids, a brownie leader for another, helped her husband with his heating and air conditioning business, did the church's books on Wednesday night. Why not throw Mary Kay in there, right? Because of the flexibility she could. Plus it gave her an excuse to meet up with people that she hasn't seen for a long time. Brilliant. I sometimes need an excuse to get together with people. So anyway, she came over, tried the product. I had to act all cool because I just got them being a snot towards her, right? I was like, yeah, it's all right. I didn't really care. I didn't really care about the stuff in the bag. I wanted the bag. That roll-up bag's amazing. If you haven't seen it, check it out. So anyway, I fell in love with the microdermabrasion, but I couldn't let her know that. Had to have it, but I wasn't gonna pay full price. See, we're like best friends growing up. We were in gymnastics and cheerleading together, our first car accident together. She's like my sister, so she should give me her discount, right? Before she left, I said, yeah, I think I want the microdermabrasion, but I'm not gonna pay full price for it. And we were a single income household at the time. The boys were 1 and 3. My daughter was a teenager, and we were literally living paycheck to paycheck. And so I couldn't bring myself to spend money on something for me. And so I figured at least if I got a discount, I I could get it. Just the Megan Eurasian, didn't care about anything else. She explained to me, Lisa, I'm doing this to supplement my income. If I give you a discount, I don't make any extra money. And I'm like, concept was like, so I didn't understand the idea like I do now of supporting a friend's business. And I'm like, your sister though, you should give me your discount. I didn't know what it was, but I knew there was some discount. And she left that day without giving me her discount. And I figured, she'll change her mind in a couple days, right? So I called her up, she changed her mind. She's like, no. Called her up a couple days later, she changed her mind, and she's like, no, my own mom doesn't even get a discount. And I was like, your own mom? Everybody get Mother's Day Sunday, people. Your own mom, you give your mom, at least give it to her for free, right? I couldn't believe she didn't give her mom a discount. She's like, Lisa, there's only 2 ways of getting a discount on this product. The first way is host a party. No, not doing it. Women are backstabbing, hair pulling, eye gouging witches. I don't want anything to do with that. Now go to parties, don't have parties. I didn't know how to find friends. That's what it comes down to back then. When I worked at Fort McCoy, I was in a building trapped with 172 other people. Cat fight daily. It was awful. So I didn't think I wanted to be around women for a party. Who would I invite? No, not doing it. So I told her, that'll never happen. So then she told me the other way that you can get a discount is to sign up and become a beauty consultant and get 50% off. And I said, become one of you people? That'll never happen either. So anyway, my husband in his wisdom, see, he has a lot better mindset for business than I do. And he's excellent with numbers. And he's like, what's the big deal? The starter kit back then was just $100. And he's like, just get the starter kit so you can get your discount. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to do parties. And like, didn't Dawn say you didn't have to? Well, yeah. And he's like, well, just get the starter kit so you can buy stuff at half off. And I'm like, that just seems too simple. You know, if it sounds too good to be true, it's too good to be true, right? So, thanks to his wisdom, thank you, Jeffrey, I got the starter kit. But I knew that the Megan Eurasian wasn't in the starter kit. So when I got it, I threw it in the closet, didn't open it. Sat in my closet. Eventually I went to put in my first order. My mom and my sister stopped by. And what are you doing? That's when I found out my mom loves Mary Kay. And I'm like, since when? I've known you my whole life and I never heard about it. And so her and Kendra, my sister, put an order together. And then after they left, because they paid me full price, I'd learned from my recruiter, you don't pass on your discount. So I charged my mom. Felt bad. I did, bad. Charged mom full price. That's my mom, by the way. Would you stand up, Mom? Thanks for paying full price. For a little while. So after they left, though, I went to put my order, finish my order, right, and added what they wanted. And then it dawned on me, the 2 checks that I had from them got their order in there, plus I got the stuff I wanted, and the amount of those 2 checks covered the whole order. And then that's when I had this huge idea of, oh, the only thing better than half price Mary Kay is free Mary Kay. They paid for my product. I went, whoa! I thought I hit the jackpot. And I'm like, well, maybe I could do this. Quickly, the limiting beliefs set in. I didn't think I was tall enough, pretty enough, skinny enough, smart enough to do a business. And so I held myself back for about 5 years from actually going for it. So they always say, how long have you been doing your business? It's like, well, I signed up 18 years ago, but I didn't start working until 13 years ago. So it's kind of like, kind of hard to answer that question for me. So anyway, what I've learned since being in Mary Kay, as Jamie said earlier, we would not know each other if it wasn't for our starter kits. In fact, pretty much everybody in this room I wouldn't know, with the exception of Mary. Our kid, speaking of field trips, that's how we met, on a field trip, Mary and I. She's our queen so far this year of our seminar year. But anyway, I digress. So it's amazing though, and what comes out of your starter kit. I didn't know Mary Kay was a safe place to grow. I didn't know that I could grow my self-confidence and esteem through Mary Kay. I didn't know that I could buy the family dinner. I like to eat out. We didn't have money to eat out. My Mary Kay money provided us to be able to go out to eat. And then, my first year as a director, each one of those challenges got a $1,000 bonus. Well, that's how we got into appliances in our house back then, because that was my goal. We had old appliances that came with our first house we ever bought. And I didn't know how to set goals. In fact, I hate to admit it, I didn't know how to dream. I grew up with Disney believing there's a happily ever after. And when I found out that that wasn't necessarily true, I thought, why dream? They don't come true anyway. Mary Kay helped me dream again. We started making goal posters. One of my favorite goal posters I saw not too long ago is Nathaniel made a goal poster when he was like, I don't know, 9 years old. He had 100 days of being nice to his brother and had 100 checks that he made because, you know, it's a challenge to get along with your siblings, right? And so who knew that the trajectory of my life would change? Not to mention you have this ripple effect. The ripple effect is what you do goes out to the lives of others. So if you're putting good things out there, it comes back to you tenfold. But think about what the ripples do to the people around you. So my starter kit showed me that I could put good out there. I didn't really have that thought process before. I had learned that after working in a Mary Kay business like full time, after 2 years, it's equivalent to having a master's degree in psychology, and I thought, how does that equate? And then my brilliant husband again pointed out to me one day, you know, I see what they mean. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, these questions you ask me and how we, he goes, your level of communication is definitely your people skills. He goes, I recognize a difference in you. And I'm like, really? Because you know, you don't see in yourself what other people see in you sometimes. He's the one that encouraged me to keep going to those Mary Kay meetings. I went to my first Mary Kay meeting. My recruiter said, we have to do this thing called new consultant orientation. Well, I was a consultant undercover, I did not want to go. And she's like, well, just bring your sisters with you, it'll be fun. Okay, so I call up both my sisters, like, you have to come with me to this horrible Mary Kay thing we're going to. I don't want to go, but I have to, so I'll take you to Pizza Hut beforehand and Culver's afterwards. Please come with me. And they're like, sure, what's the big deal? They didn't understand, you know, they didn't think of it. Anyway, we sat at that Mary Kay meeting, we got pampered. We laughed so hard that evening. Our stomach muscles hurt, our cheek muscles hurt. We had such a good time. Getting pampered, learning about Mary Kay. And then on the way home, my younger sister leaned over and she's like, how much does it cost to do this? And I'm like, you're not thinking about doing this, are you? And that's how I got my first recruit. So bring people to your meetings. You don't have to do the work, just bring them. And then there was a quarterly workshop that Saturday that she was going to because she was business-minded. She went to the quarterly workshop and there was brunch. We like food. And then my other sister's like, I want to go to brunch. And I'm like, well, you have to be a consultant to go. So that's how I got my second team member, because she wanted to go to this Mary Kay event with us. And I didn't know. When you're at something like seminar, you don't realize you're learning. You don't realize you're growing. You don't realize you're being inspired. You don't realize that your husband, one of my favorite memories of seminar is the year that my husband was going to take suitcases downstairs, and sometimes when you're in tall hotels, you have to wait a while for the elevator. So the elevator opens and it's packed with people, Mary Kay consultants, and he's like, I'll wait for the next one. And the women inside there had recognized him from the night before because he was honored with Husband of the Year award. And they're like, oh no, Husband of the Year, you come on in here. So they part like the Red Sea for him to come in. I didn't know this happened. So we're going to the closing ceremony and he's whispering to me and he's like, I feel like a rock star. And I'm like, you do? I mean, I knew I was having fun. He hadn't even gone across stage yet because the guys get to whoop it up going around. Oh, you know, and I have to honestly say, because of Mary Kay, our relationship is better as husband and wife. And I have been able to grow, not just individually, but my oldest son helped me do a legacy party. The very first one I went to do because I was terrified to do it, but I chose to grow. Chose to face my fear and do it anyway, because that's what they tell us yet, right? And Nathaniel's like, I kind of wanted to say something, but I didn't want to interrupt you. So would you mind standing up, Nathaniel, and share what you appreciate about being 3 years old and on in a Mary Kay house?
Well, I guess first off, the benefits of being a Mary Kay child is, first, you get to have as many products as you want. I really like the extra mo night cream because I'm an athlete, I'm a wrestler. With having constant mat burns, it was just excruciating, but like once you put that extra mo night cream on, it soothed it right away and it healed really quickly. that was a benefit. Another benefit was the pink Cadillac, especially with my elementary and middle school days. The amount of attention that I got rolling up into a pink Cadillac was so incredible. Not only that she gets to have that success, I also get that success rolling in a pink Cadillac. On top of that, in high school, I took this leadership class, and believe it or not, I was already taught those leadership principles from my mom's business. And I already learned that on a very early age, and it benefited me in the long run. So, and then, yeah, just being part of the Mary Kay family is just wonderful to be a part of. So.
Awesome, thank you. And my youngest, Logan, would you like to add anything?
What he said.
You're too smart for your own good. Love you. Thank you for sharing that. So yeah, the reason why people choose Mary Kay, I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming from my starter kit. They went to a 28-day intensive wrestling camp where like they had to change clothes 4 times a day because they would sweat through their clothes and little sleep. And how many miles did you have to run the last day?
15.
15 miles the last day to pass, to get the I Did It shirt. And after they got back, I got to go through their workbooks. They had book work too to do, and there was a lot of stuff in there that they shared with me too that Mary Kay trained. It's like, that's awesome. So, but anyway, so money is one of the reasons why people do Mary Kay. You might need some, or you might enjoy giving also. Do you have all the money that you want? Do you have enough to be able to give as much as you want? Because there's always people around you to bless. Recognition. I didn't know that I liked it as much as I do. They have rings, jewelry. I'm earning it because I love, and then this fan that I've been using. Applause magazine is kind of the who's who at Mary Kay. Every time this catalog comes out, I am like running. I mean running. They have a great article on Ron Rogers, by the way, Mary Kay's grandson that just took over as CEO. But I'm running to the page that talks about who the top directors are, because they share with us what their monthly commission checks are. And you guys, there's people that don't make that much money in a year of what they're making. And so it's to dream. They share that to help you dream. Mary Kay's record set for you to break. You're not. So anyway, the recognition's amazing. The vehicles are amazing. You don't have to take the car. You can take cash, which I'm currently in. I bought out the last lease of my Equinox. They get your vehicles, they pick them based on the crash test safety ratings. I can speak for 2 of my Equinoxes now. They've been totaled and I walked away. Not my fault. Just throw that in there. But they are great if you ever get in a crash. But if you don't want the vehicle at the Grand Achiever level, it'd be $425 each month instead of taking the car. But when you take the car, they pay the tax, title, registration up to 85% of your insurance, depending on your driving record. So the Grand Premier Club level, it's $525. Cadillac level is $925. So think about that. What would you do with an additional amount of money each month? It's quite crazy. Advancement. Did you have to wait for someone to move away or pass away to get your promotion? No. You just did the work and got there, right? Most places you have to wait, and you don't have to. I like being my own boss. Turns out I don't like other people telling me what to do. So if you have that also, besides you get to pick who you work with. Also, tax benefits. The first year we did our taxes, there's our tax lady. Yes, very important you get someone that knows Mary Kay taxes.
And yes, I'll do a lot of you.
She'll check them for free also to see if there's something that was missed. But my husband, the first year we did our taxes, he's like, what did you do? I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, there's something illegal going on, because for it to be that big of a difference, that can't be. I'm like, talk to Kelly. I just gave her the number she asked for. It's all on up and up. Go ahead and audit us. We're good, you know? Not that I want to be audited, but we're good.
Talk about Nicole, quick.
Oh yeah. I had a consultant who did her taxes from somewhere else. Then she heard about Kelly, took her taxes to Kelly. Kelly went over them for free. She doesn't charge unless she files something for you. And Nicole had missed about $1,800 in a return. Nicole gave me permission to share that story as a testimony that Most people do not know how to do Mary Kay taxes. They don't understand our business. So yes, make sure you get someone who knows what they're talking about. So then there's also no territories and no quotas in Mary Kay. And one of my favorite things I learned about Mary Kay, you guys know the golden rule, right? Treat others as you want to be treated. But then the other pillar that Mary Kay built her business on, faith first, family second, career third, which Romina already talked about. What better place can you find that allows you to have that priority in your life? I can't say that I always perfect working in that order, but I strive to. Yeah, that's all I got.
All good.
I turned the microphone off.
Great story, Lisa. So I did want to ask, I can't remember if I did, guests in the room. If we have any guests in the room that you're not a family member, but you're a guest here brought by a consultant, can you please stand up? So we have a gift for Mike.
Automatic winner, woohoo!
Yes.
You want her to come up?
Sure. You could actually come and pick if you wanted to.
Ooh,
Because, yeah, that might be a better choice there. So this is like a perfume set. So there's full-size product up here that we love to give our customers for coming and spending time with us, so we really appreciate you. Yeah, I'll let you pick, and I'll keep going on here. So I just have a couple other thank yous. So thank you, family, for being here. So yes, so another fun fact about Romina and I is, we met because our kids go to school together. And what we learned about each other is that we have two kids in the same grades, and they're really close in age. Like, Abraham is outside, I think, right? Him and Cadence are hours apart. Same day, he's older by a couple hours. But I remember when you guys first came, I think that was 5th grade? Was in 5th grade. And I remember her saying that there's a boy in my class that has my birthday. And then also we have Aria and Iman that are in the same grade, and they are only 5 days apart in their birthdays. So like, man, there was something planned there. So anyway, thank you, family, for being here. Cadence, how are you? Raylan, and then Chris, thanks for keeping up with all my craziness that happens in the house. When I do events like this to celebrate great people, sometimes the house gets a little crazy. And then I have some other thank yous too. So, Trudy, can you come up, please? So Trudy has just always been a great support to me. She's my other Mary Kay mom. So I have that for you. So thank you for all your support. And then Lisa, can you come back up? As my other support and our guest speaker tonight, I have this for you. And then I have one more thank you too. So I have something for my mom, so come on up. Early Mother's Day. But she's also, one of our top consultants in our unit, and she's always our Miss Go Give for our unit, and she's been there to support everybody, support this happening with, Romina and our team, and just always being there at the meetings. So we just really appreciate you.
closing is very short. I just want to read from the program. Thank you, Ms. Trudy, for producing this amazing program. Thank you so much. At the bottom, because Ms. Trudy was messaging me, what do you want to put here? Thank you, Ms. Trudy. I'm just going to end with 1 Corinthians 13:13. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of this is love. By God's love, grace, and mercy, we are here today. Thank you for all the love, support, and encouragement that you have given us. We are grateful beyond measure that you are part of our lives. You are truly amazing, each and every one of you. Thank you so much. God bless from me and the Love Unashamed Union. Thank you so much. And I would just like to call all the directors. If you can please step forward. I just want to, of course, I want to thank my amazing, beautiful Senior Sales Director, Jamie. You are a blessing. You know, it was a dream of mine to be a business owner, and now I'm living that dream. And you're a part of that, and God's timing is always perfect. I mean, we met in a bus, and you know, that started everything. We didn't know that we're gonna be here celebrating each other, loving on each other, having a unit. Me being a sales director, it's a new dream for me, and I'm living it. And thank you to you and all these beautiful and amazing directors. I just have a small gift for you too. For my Senior Sales Director, we're celebrating a lot of occasions, kind of listed down. First is thank you to my family, to my husband, Sid. You want to stand up here? Sid and my dad. My dad is such a big help. He's always helping me with my son. My unit members, Lotus and Belle, thank you for taking time to come here. And the Pink Studio family, Jean, I see you there. Jamie, Michaela, and all, Rebecca. Okay, I forgot that. Rebecca, Kiara, and I'm sorry, Ella. Thank you so much for being here, and Lauren and Mary, Miss Sheila. Miss Sheila is here too. Thank you so much. And for my guest, Meg, thank you for coming. I know it's a busy weekend. It's a Mother's Day weekend. Thank you all for coming. And I have a few gifts for my director too. It's Mary Kay's birthday. It's Mother's Day. What else are we celebrating? Oh yes. It was here. It's my first year anniversary this month on May 18th, so it's like, you know, all in one. This is a big celebration. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much. Love you. Thank you. You are a blessing. And you're blessing a lot of, you're enriching women's lives. And I'm truly blessed. She's gonna be a great director. Your offspring. So we're celebrating each other. Thank you, Jane. We love you. And for for Miss Trudy. Miss Trudy has been here for 25 years. 25 years. So the Pink Studio, it's all her. And yes, she's had it for 20 years.
Yep, over 20 years.
The Pink Studio in Onalaska, she had 20 years. I was like, what? Such a long time. Thank you, Miss Trudy. Thank you for helping out. Thank you for the program. Thank you for letting me come to the Pink Studio. You and Jamie, thank you so much for starting it all. We're so blessed to have you. Thank you. And happy Mother's Day too. I thought of you when I saw this. Because Miss Trudy has a farm. 2 farms, right? Yep. She has a farm. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Trudy. And Miss Lisa, thank you for coming. Miss Lisa is from Toma. Thank you for making time for this. I so appreciate it. I mean, you have such a bubbly personality. It's just never a dull moment with you. It's like we're always laughing. Yesterday we had this director's lunch and Miss Lisa has a lot of stories to share. And I love that. I learned from it. And thank you for sharing your experiences. Thank you for being the guest speaker today. It was nice to hear your story as well. So grateful and blessed to have you. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day. And Miss Sandy, thank you so much. Miss Sandy sent me this postcard when I was in DIQ. I kept it. It was on display in my home office, in my Go board. It says, believe. Thank you. With a B on it, but believe. Yes. Thank you for the encouragement, the love and support. Miss Sandy lives like almost 4 hours away, 3 hours something. So thank you for being here, even on a rainy day, for the support. It's just, we're overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with your love and support. Thank you, and happy Mother's Day to you too. Deb, I've known Miss Deb for
an hour.
Just today, no. Just 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
I think we met. And you're an amazing director, even though we've known each other for a while. She's very accommodating, very nice, very sociable. Thank you for sharing your story with us that first time we met. And you look beautiful. I like your hair. Very natural. Thank you for coming. I mean, we don't really know each other that well, but
we'll get to know each other. And it's been so fun to hear your story and how you saw the vision of the company and just went with it. And so I'm so proud of you. So thanks for letting us come.
Thank you, Miss Deb. I mean, for you to be here is such a big, thing. Thank you so much. And Katie, we've only known each other for an hour. But they're here to support us, and I think that's, one of the things that the company is all about. Loving each other.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, and happy Mother's Day.
You too.
Which one? Don't worry. Thank you, ladies. To my senior directors, can we give them a round of applause, please? These are senior